ਦੀਨ ਦਰਦ ਦੁਖ ਭੰਜਨਾ, ਘਾਟ ਘਟ ਨਾਥ ਅਨਾਥ। ਸਰਨ ਤੁਮਾਰੀ ਆਇਓ, ਨਾਨਕ ਕੇ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਸਾਥ। ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਆਇਓ ਸਰਨ ਤੁਹਾਰੀ, ਮਿਲੈ ਸੂਖ ਨਾਮ ਹਰ ਸੋਭਾ। ਚਿੰਤਾ ਲਾਹੇ ਹਮਾਰੀ, ਗਿਆਨ ਧਿਆਨ ਕਿਛ ਕਰਮ ਨ ਜਾਣਾ। ਸਾਰ ਨਾ ਜਾਣਾ ਤੇਰੀ, ਸਭ ਤੇ ਵੱਡਾ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਨਾਨਕ। ਜਿਨ ਕਲ ਰਾਖੀ ਮੇਰੀ, ਜੀ ਜੰਤ ਸਭ ਸਰਨ ਤੁਮਾਰੀ। ਸਰਬ ਚਿੰਤ ਤੁਧ ਪਾਸੇ, ਜੋ ਤੁਧ ਭਾਵੈ ਸੋਈ ਚੰਗਾ। ਇਕ ਨਾਨਕ ਕੀ ਅਰਦਾਸੇ, ਕਹਾ ਬੁੱਧ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਤੁਛ ਹਮਾਰੀ। ਭਰ ਨ ਸਕੈ ਮਹਿਮਾ ਜੋ ਤਿਹਾਰੀ, ਹਮ ਨਾ ਸਕਤ ਕਰ ਸਿਫਤ ਤੁਮਾਰੀ। ਆਪ ਲੇਹੋ ਤੁਮ ਕਥਾ ਸੁਧਾਰੀ, ਮੂਕ ਉਚਰੈ ਸ਼ਾਸਤਰ ਖਟ। ਪਿੰਗ ਗਿਰਨ ਚੜ ਜਾਏ, ਅੰਧ ਲਖੈ ਬਦਰੋ ਸੁਨੈ। ਜੋ ਕਾਲ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰਾਏ, ਅੰਧ ਲਖੈ ਬਦਰੋ ਸੁਨੈ। ਜੋ ਕਾਲ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰਾਏ।
ਸਤਨਾਮ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ। ਜਬ ਆਪਣੀ ਸੋਭਾ ਆਪਨ ਸੰਗ ਬਨਾਈ, ਤਬ ਕਵਨ ਮਾਏ ਬਾਪ ਮਿੱਤਰ ਸੁਤ ਭਾਈ। ਜਬ ਆਪਣੀ ਸੋਭਾ ਆਪਨ ਸੰਗ ਬਨਾਈ, ਤਬ ਕਵਨ ਮਾਏ ਬਾਪ ਮਿੱਤਰ ਸੁਤ ਭਾਈ। ਜਹ ਸਰਬ ਕਲਾ ਆਪ ਹੈ ਪਰਬੀਨ, ਤਹ ਬੇਦ ਕਤੇਬ ਕਹਾ ਕਉ ਚੀਨ। ਜਬ ਆਪਨ ਆਪ ਆਪ ਉਰ ਧਾਰੈ, ਤਉ ਸਗਨ ਅਪਸਗਨ ਕਹਾ ਵਿਚਾਰੈ। ਜਹ ਆਪਨ ਊਚ ਆਪਨ ਆਪ ਨੇਰਾ, ਤਹ ਕੌਣ ਠਾਕੁਰ ਕੌਣ ਕਹੀਐ ਤੇਰਾ। ਬਿਸਮਨ ਬਿਸਮ ਰਹੇ ਬਿਸਮਾਦ, ਨਾਨਕ ਆਪਣੀ ਗਤ ਜਾਨਹੁ ਆਪ। ਬਿਸਮਨ ਬਿਸਮ ਰਹੇ ਬਿਸਮਾਦ, ਨਾਨਕ ਆਪਣੀ ਗਤ ਜਾਨਹੁ ਆਪ। ਜਬ ਆਪਣੀ ਸੋਭਾ ਆਪਨ ਸੰਗ ਬਨਾਈ।
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ, ਸਾਜੀ ਨਵਾਜੀ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਆਪ ਜੇ ਇਕੱਤਰ ਹੋ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਧੰਨ ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਪਾਵਨ ਪੁੱਤਰ ਹਜ਼ੂਰੀ ਅੰਦਰ। ਧੰਨ ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਅਰਜਨ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਸੁਖ ਦੇਣ ਵਾਲੀ ਬਾਣੀ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਸੁਖਮਨੀ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਕਥਾ ਨੂੰ ਸਰਵਣ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਸਤੇ we join the court of Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj Ji, listen to the Katha of Sri Sukhmani Sahib. With Guru Sahib Ji's great blessings, we're going through the 21ਵੀਂ Ashtapadi. So the 21st Ashtapadi of Sri Sukhmani Sahib. Then ਰਹਿੰਦੀਆਂ ਹਨ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ, only 3 left and we finish this Katha before the end of this year. So Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj Ji ਨੇ ਅਪਾਰ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ. They've done a lot of blessings upon us to go through this Katha every single week, missing a few weeks here and there for the past over a year now. It's been nearly 18 months. Guru Sahib Ji's Kirpa. Before we go for the Katha Vichar, just in the mangals of the prayers that we just had before the Katha started, one of the shabads in which Guru Sahib Ji speaks to us, they say to us, Satguru ayo sarna tohari, mile sukh naam har sobha chinta lai hamari. So what is Guru Sahib Ji saying to us here? ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਬਚਨ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ ਕਿ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਆਇਓ ਸਰਨ ਤੁਹਾਰੀ, ਕਹੇ ਪ੍ਰਭੂ ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ, ਮੈਂ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਸ਼ਰਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਇਆ ਹਾਂ। I've come into your court, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ. This is what it means. Sharan means your sanctuary. ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਆਇਓ ਸਰਨ ਤੁਹਾਰੀ, that ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ have come into your court, ਮਿਲੇ ਸੁਖ। ਤੇ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਸ਼ਰਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਆ ਕੇ, by coming into your court, what do I gain? ਮਿਲੇ ਸੁਖ, I gain peace. ਸ਼ਾਂਤੀ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਸ਼ਰਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਆ ਕੇ। By coming into the court of Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, we gain peace inside us. ਮਿਲੇ ਸੁਖ ਨਾਮ ਹਰ ਸੋਭਾ, te naam di vadiyai. The greatness of naam, which is obtained here, the Guru's name, Gurbani, Vahiguru. The blessings obtained in Guru Sahib Ji Sharan. So, mile sukh naam har sobha te chinta lai hamari. Te Saad Sangat Ji sariya chintava, all the different worries that we have, anxiety, they're all taken away by coming into Guru Sahib Ji Sharan. These are not my words, these are the words of Gurbani. Gurbani is saying that if we come to Sharan, then all of our worries are taken away. Bhava Saad Sangat Ji coming into the Guru's court, Sharan vich aake we come, we do ardas. We do a humble plea to the Guru. And they say to us, in Sri Sukhmani Sahib ke aap chhod benati karo, sadh sang agan sagar taro. That those who come into the court of Guru Granth Sahib Ji and they put their own I, me to one side, aap chhod, fir benti karo, fir benti kar dene. They say that then this in Saad Sangat by doing that, this agan, this whole sansar is like a big pit of fire. Jagat jalanda, rakh le apni kirpa tar. That this whole world is on fire. But they say that person is able to cross over this ocean of fire, you could say. That is so difficult to get across. Sometimes we get caught up in our own regard that we can't control it, we can't control our own mind. But in Sri Anand the part, before we started this Katha Vichar, it said that Panch Doot tud vas kite. Kala Kantaka Maria. Panch Doot means the five, you could say these five demons inside us. Panch Doot, messengers, people inside demons. Tud vas kite. Vashe means to bring under control. Kala Kantaka Maria. And then even Kal he means mouth. Even death has gone running away from that person. Death doesn't come near that person who has able to control the Panch Doot, the five thieves, the five demons, the five things inside our mind. So, is prakar Saad Sangat Ji, aap ji de atyant vadde bhag han. We're so blessed to join in the court of Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj Ji, jithe naam di sobha, naam di vadiyai prapat hundi hai, where Guru Sahib Ji's name is obtained. When somebody goes to Panch Pyare, in the court of Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj Ji gain naam amrit di daat, utthe prapat hundi hai. We cannot gain naam amrit any other way. It's through the Panch Pyare. For Sikh of the Guru is to go to the Panch Pyare in the court of Guru Granth Sahib Ji to gain this amrit naam. So before we start the Katha Vichar today, going through the fifth pauri of Sri Sukhmani Sahib in this 21st Astapadi, let's focus our minds on the charan of Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj Ji. So Sari Sangat Aakho, Satnam Sri Vahiguru Sahib Ji.
जब अपनी शोभा आपन संग बनाई.
So Saad Sangat Ji, in this 21st Astapadi or Salok as well, Ramdavich Maharaj Ji says to us ke Sargo Nirgo Nirankar Sun Samadhi Aap. That they themselves are Prabhu Parameshwar Ji Sargun Swarup hai, Taap Nirgun Swarup hai. They themselves are the Sargun Swarup and the Nirgun Swarup. They're the form and they're the formless. They have all the qualities and they have no qualities. That we can understand them, we can fathom them, but at the same time, we cannot fathom them at all. They're everything. They're everything that we see around us and then nothing at the same time. Roop na rek na rang kicha. Tre guna te prapin. They have no roop, they have no rang, they have no form, they have no color. But at the same time, everything that we see around us is their roop, is their form as well. Suno samadhi apan kiya nanaka ape hi phir jab. That this whole sansar that we see around us is all created by them. Ape hi phir jab. Te jado asi jab karde a Saad Sangat Ji bani parde, all these things that we talk about, seva, apan kiya ape hi phir jab. They themselves inspire us to jap naam. Aap japaho avare naam japavaho. That they are the form of naam, but they inspire us to recite naam as well. So in this Astapadi, Guru Sahib is speaking about before this whole sansar is created. Usto pehla ki si, what was it before this whole sansar that we see around us? Kuch nahi si, there was nothing. The Maharaj Ji told us ke taba hark sog kaho kise vyapata. Na koi hark si, na koi sog si. There was no sorrow, happiness, good, bad, nindya, ustati. all these things we talk about, all around us. Paap, pun, there was none of these things. Bad, barod, sin, good actions, vari, virodhata. None of these things existed before Vahiguru Ji created everything. When they were just when they were just one. But when we say ke har ka sog is two. When we say Vaid Varod, that is two. Ustat Nindya, that is two. But Maharaj said when there was when there was one Vahiguru Ji, nothing else, then none of these things existed. Then one day Satsanga Ji, at the end of time, there's going to be none of these things as well. So why are we so attached to them? So this Visha, this Parkaran, this topic that Maharaj Ji has spoken about in the first 4 Paudia, they're going to continue for the next 2 Paudia. Then they speak of when the sansar was created. So Hanji Dwaro Paro Ji.
Jab apni sobha apan sang banai.
So jab apni sobha, jado Parameshwar ne apni sobha vadiyai de sahat, when they were in their own vadiyai, aap banai, when they resided in their own bliss, Pang, in their own Anand, and there was only them, and there was only their Vadiyai, only they knew their Vadiyai. There was only one Parameshwar Vahiguru Ji, Hanji.
Tab kavan mai baap mitra sut bhai.
So, Ose Vele Satsanga Ji, when there was only ik Vahiguru Ji, they say at that time, Tab kavan mai baap mitra sut bhai. Tado Satsanga Ji, Ose Vele, kaun mata si, kaun pita si. कौन मित्र सी कौन सुत भाई पुत्र सी जा भरा सी. Who were these things? Who was our brother? Who was our sister? They did not exist at that time. Just like again the Guru is saying to us, that at one time these things did not exist. Now we may have them, but again at the end of our lives, at the end of this creation, they won't exist then either. Duji Ashtapadi de vich Maharaj Ji says to us, ke jeh maat pita sut meet na pai, man uha naam tere sang sahai. That when all of our family leave us at the end of this life, when we have to go, then they say, Othe Satsanga Ji, they cannot help us. Manuha Naam Tere Sang Sahai, only Naam can help us. Jehe Mahapyan Doot Jam Dale, Te Kevar Naam Sang Tere Challe. When we walk that path, Jehe Mahapyan Doot Jam Dale. That rasta where Jamdoot is going to take us, say, Othe Satsanga Ji, only Naam will be our support. Je muskul hove ta pari, haru ka naam khin mahe udari. When it be very mushkul, very hard that path, it's like shinde vich naam will give us support. Khin mahe udari. Udari here means to protect, to save. That naam is going to be a support at that time. Guru Maharaj Ji bachan karde han. So, is prakar jab Maharaj Ji saying ke at that time, ke tab kavan mai baap mitra sut pai, there will be no support of these people. At the start, they did not exist. In the end, they will not be there as well, Hanji.
Jeh sarab kala aap hai parbeen.
The sarab kala, sariya shaktiya, the one who has all the powers, the antarjami, the aap chatar sroop hai, the one who knows everything, antarjami, the knower, the one with all cleverness is Hanji.
Teh bed kateb kaha kau cheen.
Teh means Othe Satsanga Ji, who knew about the Beds Katebs. Kaun janan wala si. Cheen hai means janan wala. Char Bed, Char Kateb, kahe kau cheen. Kaun jante si. Who knew about these Veds? Who knew about these Granths? They did not exist at that time. There was only one Parameshwar Vahiguru Ji, Hanji.
Jab aapan aap aur tare.
And when Vahiguru Ji was absorbed in their own form, tare aur tare means apne hirde de andar. When they were absorbed in their own hirda, paade jado keval ek Prabhu Parameshwar Vahiguru Ji si, Hanji.
Tau sagan apasagan kaha bichare.
Tado Satsanga Ji was there. Sagan apsagan he means bure te pale. Bure te pale kaha bichare. He's saying Othe Satsanga Ji nako, there was no good, there was no bad vichar. There was nothing good, there's nothing bad there at that time. Sagan apasagana kaha bichare. Kaun vichar karda si. Who would decide, who would do vichar, who would contemplate upon good or bad actions? Because there was no good or bad at that time, Hanji.
Jeh aapan uch aapan aap nera.
The one themselves is ucha, sabato ucha. They aapan he aape, aapan aap nera. and the one who's close to everybody. Sabte dur sabante nera. The one who may seem so far but also so close at the same time. They say when there's only that one WhyGuru Ji, who is the highest of the high, but the closest of the close to everybody, Hanji.
ਤਹ ਕੌਣ ਠਾਕੁਰ ਕੌਣ ਕਹੀਐ ਚੇਰਾ
Te kaun thakur pave malik kehna barandasi. Who at that time could say I'm a malik? Te kaun chella kehna barandasi. Who could say I'm a chella? Who could say I'm a master? Because there was no malik and there was no chella. There was no master and there was no servant. There was only ik. There was only one WhyGuru Ji. So Guru Maharaj Ji is repeating this same topic again, giving different examples. At that time there was no master and there was no student. There was only one WhyGuru Ji and nothing else existed at that time, Hanji.
ਬਿਸਮਨ ਬਿਸਮ ਰਹੇ ਬਿਸਮਾਦ
The Bism him is Astaraj Roop. Astaraj to Astaraj Roop. The one who is the most wondrous upon wondrous WhyGuru Ji. When we connect to that one, when we understand that one, ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਸ ਅਚਰਜ ਰੂਪ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਣਦੇ ਹਾਂ, when we understand that one who is wondrous, then we become that same wondrous form ourselves as well. We become wondrous as well. We are able to feel that bliss, experience that bliss, and be awestruck as well when we understand the one who is Aap Astaraj Roopa Hanji.
ਨਾਨਕ ਆਪਣੀ ਗਤ ਜਾਣੋ ਆਪ
The Maharaj says कि apni gat, कि प्रभु परमेश्वर वाहिगुरु जी अपनी गति, अपनी मर्यादा रीति जानदा है. Only they know their own maryada, their riti, their way, the way to meet them. They know that path. And only the one that becomes one with the Guru, only they know that path as well, and they inspire us to learn about that path as well. That just by seeing them, just by walking the path of those saints, ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਕਰਕੇ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ ਫਿਰ ਜੋ ਸਾਡਾ ਜੀਵਨ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਬਦਲ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ. Our life changes just by being amongst those saints, amongst those great beings, just being there in their presence. No bachan balas, not even speaking to them. ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ just ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਕਰਕੇ by seeing them our life can change. Just by coming into ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਤੇ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਕਰਕੇ ਬਾਣੀ ਸੁਣ ਕੇ Katha sarvan karke, when we listen to the Katha of Gurbani, we listen to Kirtan, just this profound effect happens. Okay, all it takes is 1 second, a split second for everything to change. Just like it says in Sri Asa ki Var, ke Balahari Guru apne, Deohari Sadavar. Jin manaste devte kiya kartna lagi var. Kartna lagi var, it only takes 1 second for the Guru to change everything. Ek chin jin, comes in Chaupe Sahib, forgot the Pankti now. They say कि काल फास्ते बीच ना आयो. That if for one moment remember WhyGuru Ji, then काल fast, जो काल दी फाही है, this noose of death around our neck, it is cut away. Just if ek chit jin ek chinate ayo, ek chit. Just for that one moment we're able to connect. Maybe we've felt it once in our life, where it's like we're in a room, but that room that's filled with so many people becomes empty. And it's like we're just on our own there. It's just us, and we're connecting to something much higher than we ever connected to before. Ek chit jin ek chinate ayo, kaal faste beach na ayo. That in that one split second, then everything can be just cut away. That is the blessings that of coming into Sadh Sangat Hanji.
ਜਹ ਅਛਲ ਅਛੇਦ ਅਭੇਦ ਸਮਾਇਆ
Jithe Sadh Sangat Ji achal pave, chal to ਰਹਿਤ ਸਰੂਪ ਹੈ. That one who is beyond deceit. Ached. Ached hai means Sadh Sangat Ji. Ched to ਰਹਿਤ, the one who cannot be penetrated. Jeh chal ached aped, aped to ਰਹਿਤ. That one WhyGuru Ji is beyond all these things. Ped hai means like a mystery, a disguise. The one who is beyond all these things, when they were just that one WhyGuru Ji, and they were absorbed in their own Sarup Hanji. Who was affected by Maya? Okay, we're all affected by Maya. Maya is like this wind that keeps shaking the boat that we're sitting in. Beautiful Pankti in Gurbani. This is why, if we're able to understand what Gurbani is saying to us, when we listen to Kirtan, it can have such a profound effect. Just by listening to a tune, I say that very loosely, it has such an effect on us. But if you were to understand what was being said as well, how powerful is that? When we understand what Gurbani is saying to us. There's one thing listening to something with a catchy tune, which still has a big effect because it can ring in our ears. And even if you don't understand, it has an effect. Just listening has an effect. if we were to understand what Guru Bani is saying to us, imagine that ras, imagine that moment, that feeling. We talk about Simran. Simran means to remember. Just imagine if our mind is all over the place, it's thinking about 1,000,001 things, but in that moment we're able to just understand what the Guru is saying to us. Where is our dhyan? Our dhyan is on that moment, it's on that Shabad, it's on that Guru Bani, it's on the Upadesh. Jo Maharaj Ji keh rahe hain, what Guru Sahib is saying to us at that time. So Guru Sahib Ji says to us in Guru Bani ke hum dolat bedi paap pari hai, pavan lage mat jaye. What a beautiful Shabad. What is Maharaj Ji saying to us? He's saying ke hum dolat, ke I am drowning. Bedi paap pari hai. Bedi hai Sasangaji means a boat. Paap pari hai. It's filled with paap. I'm drowning because my boat is filled with sin. Pavna lagaya mat jai. And this wind keeps blowing. Mat jai means mere man de vich I have this thought ke may I not drown. What is Guru Sahib Ji saying there? They're saying ke this sarir, ke is sarir is the boat. Sarir rupi, this bedi, this boat is our body. And what is our boat filled with? What is the body filled with? Paap. Paap de na parya hai. It's filled with a lot of sin. So, and then hamadolat, I am drowning. Bedi paap pari hai, pavna lagay. And what is the wind here? The wind here is, you could say, in one respect, Maya. It's Maya, it's the Vishyavikar, it's the thoughts in our mind that keep on changing again and again. 1 minute we're fine, next minute we're so angry. 1 minute we're happy, next minute we're sad, we're anxious, we're worried. Pavna lagay matapa. And they're saying hamadolat, I'm worried that I'm going to drown. And I don't know what to do. So this is like a lot of our states. Okay, we don't know what to do. Okay, we're in this boat, we've got a lot of sin, the boat's shaking, and Maya comes along and it just shakes the boat even more, and then we don't know if we're going to fall over into the ocean and then we're going to drown. So what can we do? Maharaj Ji says to us, Sanamukh Sikh. They say Sanamukh hoke. Maharaj Ji sharan vich aake siddh. Sanamukh Sikh petana ko aaye. He said that they come and they put this peta in front of the Guru. Hopefully they get that pankti wrong. My memory is not good these days. And they say ke they come nihicho. They say ke dehe vadiyai. Nihicho dehe vadiyai. Ke Maharaj Ji bless me with your vadiyai. Pave sipat salaha. What is the medicine? What is the weapon that we have that can save us from these hot winds of Maya that push this boat left and right? It's Maharaj Ji sipat salaha. It's praising the Guru. And one of the best ways you're able to do that is when Guru Sahib Ji bless us with Amrit Vela. Maharaj Ji aap keh rahe hain ki Amrit Vela sachna vadiyai vichar. Ki uthe Sat Sangat Ji, very simple but very hard to do, ki Amrit Vela which Sat Sangat Ji we are blessed with Amrit. We're blessed with this unknown kirpa from the Guru, this force field around us that protects us. It protects us from our own Vishyavikar, from making mistakes. It's like a force field. Just like how we go to Bani at night time, we're being protected. And in the Amrit Vela, jad isi Amrit Vela sambhalde, when we take care of Amrit Vela, when Guru does kirpa, then we save ourselves from a lot of shots, from a lot of beatings, from a lot of jabs, from a lot of hits, when we're able to sambhal that with the Guru's grace. Then things like Maya, they don't have as much effect if Guru Sahib does kirpa, because we're starting our day on a very good note with the Guru's blessings. Even if we come and we see our Gurus all first thing in the morning, the amount of kirpa we gain there, that who knows what was going to happen in our day, what obstacles we're meant to face in that day. But jadon assi darshan nahi karte, we don't do darshan the Guru, look all the obstacles we face. This is when they say bande khoj dil har roj ke, har roj we have to do vichar on our day, think about actions. Khoj dil har roj means look inside, look at ourselves, which a lot of us, Sikh myself, are not very good at doing. Very look outwards a lot. But what are we doing wrong? What were we doing before and what are we not doing now? What should we be doing? What is the Guru telling us to do that we're not actually doing in our life? So Maharaj Ji is saying that Gur tar naharya. That my Guru is the one that carries me across. They are the one that carries everybody across. Gur tar. They have carried them, they are across already, and they carry us tar nahar, they carry us across as well. That is the blessings of a Guru. of Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj Ji, that this boat that we're sitting on, we'll get to the other side if we take upon the Guru's Upadesh. It doesn't matter all the storms that we face, right? All the waves that come and attack that boat all the time. It doesn't matter because we have the Guru's protection that time. Just like it comes in Guru Bani as well, okay, Guru Jahaj, Kevat Guru, Guru Bina Tariya na koi. That if we said that his body is at the boat, then the one who takes upon the form of the Guru, because they say Guru Jahaj, the Guru is a boat as well. Meaning if we sit on the boat of the Guru and not on our own boat, because our boat's not going to take us anywhere. Because a boat is something that we use to help us transport ourselves to another place. If we get on the boat of the Guru, then we're guaranteed to go to where the Guru is, the Gurupur, Sachkhand, whatever name you want to give to it, to the place of bliss, of oneness. If you go on anybody else's boat, we don't know what's going to happen. There's no guarantee. But the one who sits in the Guru's boat, meaning the one who gives the head to the Guru and stays on the boat. Because what might happen one day, somebody may fall off the boat, and that happens a lot. Anybody can fall off the boat. Just Vichar recently, a lot of Singhs have been speaking about how a lot of people left Sikhi recently. A lot of people have cut their case, even in local Sangat. This Sanghaji, we may be thinking our lives, what is happening to my Sikhi? I'm struggling. And 99.999% of the time, a lot of times when people are struggling with the Sikhis because they've left Sangat. There's nothing else to say, because they left Sangat. They were in Sangat which everything was fine. But Kevadi Sangat which we get attached to people. When we get attached to people, Mani says ke Polan andar sab ko pol Guru kartar, everybody makes mistakes. So what do? We put our faith into somebody who is going to make mistakes, because we all make mistakes. Then what happens then is that they make a mistake, then our Sharda breaks, then we fall, then we don't go into Sangat. Then what happens? Our Sikhi falls. Then case cut there, they cut their case, or they just break their Amrit. Because we become so career orientated, worldly orientated, we think about everything else and excelling everything else but not a Sikhi. And then what happens? Then the proof is in the pudding, as they say. So one way to stay safe, again, like they're saying here, ke sanamukh. Sanamukh here means ke coming into the Guru Sharan. Sanamukh means to face the Guru at all times. Sanamukh hoke. Marji Sharan vich aake. Then we can be saved. We can stay safe if we stay in Guru Sahib Ji Sharan. Hanji.
Aap sakao, aap hai ades.
The opposite go. Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj is telling us that before this whole world was created, Prabhu Parameshwar Vahiguru Ji aapne aapnu to themselves do namaskar. Aapas ko aape ades. Aapne aapnu namaskar kardasi. They do namaskar to themselves. Meaning that right now we do namaskar to Vahiguru Ji. Jab Sahib da part, Namastvang Akale, Namastvang Kirpale. We say there Maharaj 199 shans. In 199 different lines, you can say very loosely, they do namaskar to Vahiguru Ji. Namastvang Akale. That means I do namaskar to the one who's Akale, means the one who cannot be destroyed. Kal Toret. Nas Toret. Or the one who is beyond time. Namastvang Akale, Namastvang Kirpale. Kirpale means Kirpalu, the one who is compassionate. Or later on they say Namo Sarva Kale, Namo Sarva Diyale. Namo he means anything, Namaskar, Sarva, always Kale, the one who destroys everything, who destroys our Vishivikar, who destroys our worries. Chinta lahe hamari. And they say Namo Sarva Kale, Namo Sarva Diyale. Diyalu Kirpalu Srup, they're the one that's filled with compassion, with grace. Again, namaskar. Hon asi namaskar karda. We do namaskar to the Guru. But there was a time when there was only the Guru. So who did namaskar there? Meaning again, when we become one with the Guru, then there's only one. Right now we have to do the action of namaskar. We have to do the prayer. We have to do this and that. But there's a stage where Guru Sahib is saying when there's only one. That person is just absorbed in the one. There's nothing else. There's only one. Vahiguru Ji, Hanji.
Teho gun ka nahi parves.
Tin guna sasanga ji. Rajo, Tamo, Satagun. These three different states of mind where somebody may feel a lot of passion. They may feel peace. They may feel anger, krodh, all these different types of states. They say Paravesh, he means Paravesh. Paravesh means that to reside in, to be at that time. That none of these things existed at that time. There was none of these free gun. There's none of these free states at that time when there's only one Vahiguru Ji, Hanji.
ਜਹ ਏਕ ਹੈ ਏਕ ਏਕ ਭਗਵੰਤਾ
ਜਦੋਂ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ ਇੱਕੋ ਇੱਕ ਪ੍ਰਭੂ ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਦਾ ਇੱਕ ਸਰੂਪ ਸੀ, ਹਾਂਜੀ।
ਤਹ ਕੌਣ ਅਚਿੰਤ ਕਿਸ ਲਾਗੈ ਚਿੰਤਾ
When there was only one Vahiguru Ji, nothing else, they said at the time, teh kaun achint. Who is achint means chinta toret. Who had no chinta? Teh kaun achint. And then they say ke kis lage chinta, and who gained chinta, who had a fikr, who had worry inside their mind. None of these things existed at that time, meaning if right now we have chinta, we have a lot of worries inside us, realize that this anxiety doesn't stay forever. It comes and it goes. We have one worry today, then we find the next day, then a few days later we've got another type of worry as well. But Maharaj tells us ke Nanak chinta mat kar. Chinta tisahi hai. Ke don't worry. They said the one that's worrying is Vahiguru Ji. Vahiguru Ji worries for everybody. The one who gives everybody rizq, who gives everybody food, who gives them sustenance. Kahe re man chitave uddam, ja ahar har jiyo parya, sail patthar mein janto pae, taka rizq, aage kar tarya. Again, Rara side the part. Every single day we listen to before the Katha, saying, Kahe re man. Hey mere mana, oh my mind, why are you so worried for? Ja ahar har jiyo parya sail patthar mein janto pae. If the Guru can put, if Vahiguru Ji can put sustenance in a stone, in a little pebble, for an animal to survive, then why can't they take care of us? So they say ke mere Madhoji sat sangat male so tarya. Again the same thing. It all comes back to the same thing. Don't leave sad sangat. Sat sangat male so tarya. So tarya, they carry the cross. But what is our state? Hum dolat bedi paap pari hai. Pavana lagay mat jai. We're in the boat and we're shaking because of these winds that are blowing us. Pavana lagay mat jai. I'm thinking, I'm gonna drown. But Maharaj is saying ke sat sangat male so tarya. So tarya means that person is carried across to the other side if they stay in sad sangat. So it's very key. Sad sangat Maharaj Ji de sharan. Again, Satguru ayo sarna tohari. Coming into the sharan of Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj Ji. Always stay wherever happens, especially those days when we say, I don't want to go into sangat. I want to stay at home. Many jana we say, today's not the day. Those are the most important days to go. Those are the most important days to go. Those days where you think we shouldn't go, probably heard this a million times, but those are days we must go. We have to go to Sad Sangat. The days that we think we don't want to go. Those are the most crucial days to stay in Sad Sangat. When Genie karda, when our mind is thinking, I don't want to go today, have to stay in Sad Sangat. Hanji.
ਜਹ ਆਪਨ ਆਪ ਪਤਿਆਰਾ
They Sad Sangat Ji, when there was only one Vahiguru Ji, and they patiyara he means bharosa, to have faith. To have, at that time when Vahiguru Ji had their own faith in themselves, at that time when there's nobody else, there's only one Vahiguru Ji, Hanji.
ਤਹ ਕੌਣ ਕਥੈ ਕੌਣ ਸੁਨਨੈ ਹਾਰਾ
They say, Kaun Katha. They will say, very Sad Sangat Ji, Kaun Kathan Karn Wala Vakta Si. Who was the one who would do Katha? They Kaun Sunan Wala Surota Si. Who is the one who is doing Katha, who is giving the Upadesh, and who is the one listening? Meaning you could say like a Sikh and a Guru. Somebody is doing the Katha and somebody is listening. At that time there's none of these things. There's only one Vahiguru Ji, Hanji.
ਬਹੁ ਬੇਅੰਤ ਊਚ ਤੇ ਉੱਚਾ
Then Maharaj Ji says ke Baho Byanta. Ke Ant to Reht. That one Vahiguru Ji has no end. Te ucha. Shreshto Shreshth hai Prabhu Parameshwar Vahiguru Ji, Hanji.
ਨਾਨਕ ਆਪ ਸਕਾਉ ਆਪ ਹੈ ਪਹੁੰਚਾ
Te Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj Ji Kathan karden ke aap sakao, aap hai pahucha. That there's nobody else but Vahiguru Ji. Pahucha he means that nobody could reach the limits of Vahiguru Ji. There's nobody like Vahiguru Ji. Guru bina avar na jane koi. Maharaj says there's nobody like my Guru. There's nobody like Vahiguru Ji. They're the highest of the high. Bahut beyant uch te ucha. They are beyond any limit, and uch te ucha, ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਸ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਟ ਹੈ ਹਾਂਜੀ।
ਜਹ ਆਪ ਰਚਿਓ ਪਰਪੰਚ ਆਕਾਰ।
ਫਿਰ ਅੱਗੇ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, this next two podia, Guru Arjan Ji tells us about when everything was created. So in the first shape body, the first 6 stanzas of this 8, the Ashtpadya, the first 6 of these talked about before everything was created, that none of these things existed. But what happens when Vahiguru Ji created the whole world? Jeh aap rachyo parapanch akar. When Vahiguru Ji created this whole sansar, when Vahiguru Ji made this akar that we see around us, hukmi hovan akar. When Vahiguru Ji created everything, at that time, they say ke jeh aap rachyo parapanch akar. They created these 5 things, parapanch. What are the 5 things they created? They created Nam, Roop, Sat, Chit, Anand. These are the 5 things that we see around us. 2 we can see, 3 we cannot see, but these 5 things are created. What is the first thing? Nam. Nam means name. Then we have Roop. Roop means form. Then we have Sat, which means Nastoret. In all 3 times, past, present, future, the one that can't be destroyed. Chit, Chetan, Srup, the one that's conscious. They Anand. Anand means bliss. So when Vahiguru Ji created his whole creation, Parapanch means it can be Panch Tat, the 5 elements, earth, fire, water, air, and then ether, I think the 5th one's called in English. The Satsanga Ji, Vahiguru Ji created all these things, but these 5 I spoke about earlier, Nama and Roop. We all have a name, we all have a form. But this name and form that we have is not going to stay forever. But we think it's going to stay, okay, my name is going to stay, or my Roop is going to stay. But one day this name, this Roop is going to become mitti, it's going to become dirt. This name is going to go as well. So what is going to stay? It's Sat Chit Anand. It's that essence, that Atma that sits inside us of Paramatma. That is the only thing that's going to stay. So Maharaji is saying to us that when Vahiguru Ji created this whole creation, now it's been created, they created 5 things. 2 of those are the ans, they're the ansa, which means the parts of Maya. That is Nam Ate Roop, the illusion. That we get caught up in these 2, we don't realize we're not the name, we're not the form, we are beyond that. We are the Atma Hanji.
Teho gun meh kino bisthar.
ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ ਇਸ ਸੰਸਾਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ 3 ਗੁਣਾ ਕੀਨੋ ਵਿਸਥਾਰ ਦਾ ਵਿਸਥਾਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ। ਸਾਧ they created, they expanded these 3 things into the world. These 3 gun of Rajo, Tamo and Sato gun mean that we came into a state where at one moment we may feel peace, but most of the time we feel more evil thoughts, jealousy, irka, or we may feel a lot of passion and greed inside us, or anger, that these things were then created in this world as well, Hanji.
Paap pun teh pei kahavat.
Fir Saad Sangat Ji, Paap Pun started to come as well. Pei kahavat. That this kahani, this whole khedna Saad Sangat Ji of Paap te Pun has started as well. The kahavat hai means the gal baat ke hon jo Paap te Pun hai shuru ho gaya Saad Sangat dunya de vich. Okay, now people did good actions and they did bad actions, Hanji.
Ko narak, ko swarg banshavat.
Te Saad Sangat jinnah ne change karam kite, the ones who do good actions, surga. Surga means swarg lok. That they gain the heavens, they go to heaven. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਮਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਛਾ ਸੀ ਕਿ I want to do good, then I gain ਸਵਰਗ ਲੋਕ ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਉੱਥੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ, they go to ਸਵਰਗ ਲੋਕ, they go to the heavens. ਤੇ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਪਾਪ ਕੀਤਾ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ, the ones who do ਪਾਪ, then go ਨਰਕ. ਨਰਕ means hells. ਫਿਰ they go into the different hells and they have to live those out as well. Meaning ਪਾਪ ਕਰਕੇ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, they go to ਨਰਕ, ਤੇ ਪੁੰਨ ਕਰਕੇ they go to ਸਵਰਗ, they go to heaven. But again, people say in Sikhi, do you believe in heaven and hell? It's up to you what you believe. Guru Bani keeps saying it again and again. Sukhmani Sahib, the Bani which he keeps saying it. So Guru Bani obviously speaking about heaven and hell, but the Sikh wants to go beyond heaven and hell, beyond the life cycle and go to Sachkhand, where Vahiguru Ji resides themselves. Says by going beyond these places of heaven and hell. So Mahdi says that some people go to heaven, there's some people go to hell, Hanji.
Al jal maya janjal.
They fear Saad Sangat Ji, Maya de bandana, the shackles of Maya, the janjal. Ke Saad Sangat Ji, adik, all these things that we get caught up in, they ban Maya janjal, we get caught in these things, like we say, ke pukhya pukhnotri je banna puriya par, ke we take all these things that we We put them into our lives, but they become shackles in our life. And then we can't get rid of these shackles. Only if the Guru does kirpa, we cannot get rid of them. Hanji.
ਹਉਮੈ ਮੋਹ ਭਰਮ ਭੈ ਭਾਰ
They are home pave hangta mangta moho. Ke maya da moho, this attachment to this whole world, this creation, you could say the illusion. Te param panch prakar de param. Te dar. Dar he means fear. There's 7 types of fear. Te home moho param pe par. Par he means weight. It becomes a board, it becomes a weight upon our head as well. Just again like that pankti, we say, hum dolat, bedi pap pari hai. The bedi, the boat is filled with pap, is filled with home, moho, param, dar. All these things, the boat is filled with so many things. Pavana lagaya mat joy. So, fir sasan se ki kar sakte, what can we do? How can we be saved? They want Sakhi to go with this, is somebody called a Jamal. So a Jamal Sasangaji comes in Gurbani many, many times. Everybody will say a Jamal, we hear them as a Jamal Papi. If anybody knew the story of Jamal Sasangaji, Jamal was actually a great Bhagat. A Jamal did a lot of Bhakti, they had a lot of Vidya as well. A lot of knowledge, spiritual knowledge. So Shoti Umardij in a very young age, their father Jamal was a Raja, and he sent his own son to the mountains to learn Vidya, to learn knowledge. Spiritual knowledge, Brahm Vidya. And he would travel to this mountain every single day. And his Gurudev, his teacher, told him, if you're going to come and learn from me in the mountains, you have to walk around your village. So you can't walk through the village, you can't come up the mountain and then come and see me. You're going to have to walk around the village, then come up the mountain. So that added 2.5 miles to his journey every single day. I don't know about you, but I don't walk 2.5 miles in general. Right? So to add 2.5 miles to your journey, that's both ways, that's 5 miles. It's a lot of walking, right? People do that and then they get out. If that was me, I'm telling you, once I walked to the train station, next to my legs were sore. I was like, I'm out of shape, right? Okay, we're lazy now. We take the gaddi and we drive to the shops, to the Gurdwara Sahib. We all live in Southall here and we live down the road from the Guru Kar, but the tires have become our legs now, right? We need to use the gaddi everywhere we go. So Jam will travel extra 5 miles every single day to learn. There, what happened, and you learn all the grunts, he had so much knowledge, knew everything. And one day, so you could say he was like the top of the top, got to a very high level, but one day he went against his Gurudev's bhajan, his teacher's teachings, and he went through the village. And when he went through the village this time, he saw this big home and he saw this Vesva. So if you know what a Vesva is, a person that acts in the wrong way, sells their body, you could say. He saw a very beautiful lady, a young lady. He was in his Javani as well, and he became attracted to her. And what did he do? He got entangled in a relationship with her, even though he was married as well. And then what happened, Sasanganji, is that he left his own family, and the Raja found out, his father found out, the king, and they kicked him out of the village. And when he lived in the mountains, Bandhavich Rendasi with his wife, he lived in a little shack, you could say. And now he was hunting pigeons for a living, and he's eating pigeons every single day. That from such a great life, just like that in a moment, everything had changed. Al jal maya janjal, home moho param par. Just like that, the world can put their shackles on us just in a second. Home moho param par. Home, this I, me, that's what it was at the end of the day. It was our ego. Home, moho, attachment to the beauty of somebody else. Home, moho, param, the doubts in the mind, fear, par, this weight that became on top of his head. So what happened then was that he lived his life like that, and he had 6 sons with a woman who became his wife. And he'd hunt every single day. And what happened one day during the evening time, a sadhu sant came to their home and Ajama wasn't there. But what did his wife do? She served the sadhu sant. She got garam pani, hot water. She washed their hands and their feet. Washing their feet as well, washing their hands. She sat the same down. Ajama came home that day. Ajama is known as a papi because from such a great life, look what he's become. He's living with a Veswa, he's married a Veswa, left his wife, left everything behind for this path. And when the Jamal came home, he didn't know how to serve the saint, because of course the saint didn't used to eat pigeons, right? Or eat moss. So he thought, how can I serve them? He asked for maafi and he cried in the saint's feet. And he offered them dane, shole, chickpeas. And he asked for maafi and he told the sadhu his whole kahani. Puri sakhi dasi. They told the whole sakhi of what happened in their life. Tegi ho gaya Sahib Singh ji, the sadhu said to them, you're going to have a 7th child. And that 7th child, you're going to name them Narayan. That was the only updesh to them, nothing else. They said to him, name your 7th child Narayan. And then the sadhu left. The saint left at that time. So Sahib Singh, when that 7th child was born, they called him Narayan. And both Ajamal and his wife adored that child, loved that child so much, that the last moment when he was about to leave his body, Ajamal, he cried out for his son, Narayan. They Sahib Singh ji, Narayan also is another name for WhyGuru Ji. It comes in Gurbani as well. Ke sulhi te Narayan rak. Narayan is another name for WhyGuru. So at that last moment, Ajamal lived a life of sin. He turned his back on the spiritual path, on his family, and he moved out with a Vesva and started another family because of that, the entanglement that he had, the attachment that he had to Maya, to the illusion, to the beauty of the body. But at the last moment, he said Narayan. So when Jamdut came to take him, Jamduta, when the messengers of death came to take him, and he was saying Narayan, 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 he is calling his son, but Narayan is the name of WhyGuru. That Jamduta, the messengers of death, got scared. Okay, we cannot go there. Asini ja sakte, we cannot go to that place where they say Narayana. So what did he do? What did the Jamdut? They stood there, and then what happened was one of the angels came. The angels came to take Ajamal. And the Jamdut said, okay, what are you doing? And he said, we come to take Ajamal. And they go, but he's committed so much sin though. They go, yeah, but he's saying Narayan, he's saying the name of God. And for that reason, we have to take them. So meaning at the last moment, he was saved as well. Meaning that it's never too late to be saved. Jeko dube phir hove saad comes in Gurbani. Even if you think that we're going to drown, it's never too late. And why did that happen? Because he did Sad Sangat, he did Sadhu Adi Sangat, the Sadhu Adi Seva. Meaning that when we come into Sat Sangat and we come in, then we can be saved as well. Another Sakhi that goes with that, there was once this one very lazy person, did a lot of pap, a lot of sin. One day there was a Nagar Kirtan going past his house. And when that Nagar Kirtan is going past his house, the Charan Turi of the Sad Sangat fell onto his body. He was in his house, of course in India, and though, especially now if you go up into the village, the houses are not made that well. So you can imagine dust is easily going to come into your house. But not any dust, the Charan Turi of the Sad Sangat fell onto his body. That means the dust of the feet of the saints of the Sad Sangat. That's why again Nagar Kirtans, they have such importance. For us, we just go to have the pakodi and the chips, right? But not to actually take part in the Nagar Kirtan. Kirtan is the key word then in the Nagar, okay, to listen to Kirtan, to sing the jas of the Guru. So the Charan Turi, the Sad Sangat fell onto his body. When he left his body and the Jamdut took him to Dharamraj and they read his lekha, and they saw that he had the Charan Turi of the Sad Sangat on him. And because of that, they couldn't send him to hell. Because of the Charan Turi. Where do we get Charan Turi? When you come into Sad Sangat, Tiski Tura, Man Udre Prabh Hoy So Parasanna, comes in Gurbani. They say, Tiski Tur, by taking upon Unadi Charan Turi Prabhat Karke, by gain their Charan Turi, Prabhu Hoy So Parasanna, when WhyGuru becomes happy with us, we gain their Charan Turi, and then we're saved. Raja Sagali Sistaka Har Namana Pinna. Those ones who are absorbed in WhyGuru's name, they say that they are the king of this world. They are the king of kings. They're the master of all masters. Just by gaining the Charan Turi, then we can be saved as well. So, Sahib Singh ji, this could be our stay. Al, Jal, Maya, Janjal, Home, Moho, Parma, Pepar. But the only way to be saved, again, Sat Sangat Karke. Always staying in Sad Sangat, not at home, in the Sad Sangat. In the Guru Shan de vich, Sadi Gati Mukti Hundi hai, Hanji.
Dukh, Sukh, Man, Apaman.
Fed Sahib Singh ji, Dukh ate Sukh. All Dukh and Sukh was created, and before that there was no Dukh and Sukh. There was only WhyGuru Ji, only Ananda Swarup. But the Sahib Singh ji, when they created the whole creation, then Dukh, Sukh. Then there was Sukh and there was Dukh. Fed Man. Man hai means honor. Ke satkar te niradari. That there was respect and there was disrespect. That these things came about when Vahiguru Ji created the whole world. Hanji.
ਅਨੇਕ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਰ ਕੀਓ ਬਖਿਆਨ
Te Maharaj says ke in the Veds, Shastra de vich, jire Mahapurush han, they all said this one thing ke anek prakar. That this whole creation is vast. It's way beyond our understanding that we cannot find the end of it. Anek prakar. There's many, many different ways of living in this world. Ways of doing bhakti, asang jap, asang pao. Way pao he means prem, ways of loving the Guru. Asang puja, or doing puja of the Guru. As we puja karde, we do puja, so we do puja of our Guru. Comes in Guru Bani as well. Come with the panktis like Guru meri puja along those lines. Okay, we do puja of the Guru. How do you do puja? We do Chor Sadhi Seva. Pargat Guru ki de, because this is our Pargat Guru. Chor Sadhi Seva. We give flowers to the Guru. We do Shastra di pujas, or we have Shastra. People say, look, every time we could go there, so we must take to Shastra. The Shastra say in front of Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj Ji. And Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji Sama, there used to be another Takht Sahib, another throne for the weapons of the Guru. And then there used to be a Chandoa Sahib over there, and somebody used to Chor Sahib to the Shastra. And the Sikhs would say, why are you doing this for Maharaj Ji? What is the reason for this? Because the Sikh has a very close relationship with Shastra as well, with weapons as well. But a Sikh follows the path of ahimsa, which means non-violence. The Sikh is never violent. If the Sikh ever has to use their sword, it's to protect. It's out of dharam. It's not out of krodh. A Khalsa does not have krodh. Khalsa may have biras, which is warrior spirit, but they don't have krodh. So if somebody acts in anger, they've already lost the game. That's why when it comes to the path of Sikhi, it's both things. It's a double-edged sword. You need to have the spiritual side, and you got to have the warrior side. You got to have both. Can't just have the warrior side. Can't just be going around knocking people out and thinking, that's it, I've made it. Got to have the spiritual side as well. Because Maharaj Ji tells us, ke Farida, Borida Palakar, Gosa Mandana Hadai. That means that always do good to the ones who do bad to us. What does that mean? It means if somebody does bad to us, it doesn't mean we do bad back to them. Very simply. And then they say, Gosa Mandana Hadai, that whatever we do, never act out of anger when we give a reaction. But that is our first reaction, is anger. They say, Gosa Mandana Hadai. If you're going to react, of course, everybody has to react in some way, but how are we going to react? Then they say, Dehi rog na lag gai. Then that person doesn't gain this disease upon their body. They're asking, when we say body, it doesn't have to be the physical body. This mind is our body as well. We say the mind is the body, right? Mean the mind doesn't become ill. Because we know ourselves, ke al jal maya janjal, ke we can get so caught up in anger that how could they do that to me? How could they say that to me? And that krodh, it burns inside us. It just fizzles. Keeps on going again, and we boil in that. That's the word. We boil in that krodh inside us. Ma'al jal maya janjal. Home moho parma par. Just look at the Pankti Maharaj saying that we're so caught up in that. And that hangta mangta ke main pana ke main. How could they say this to me? How could they do this to me? I didn't deserve this. Home moho. The attachment we have to ourselves. And it becomes a par. It becomes a weight upon us that we cannot shrug off. We cannot get rid of. But that only happens again when we come to the Guru Sharan. By coming here, then we offload everything into the Guru Sharan. How do we do that? Charana Sharan. Meaning when we come to the Guru, take all that par, all that weight, and just put it in the Guru's Sharan, where we matha take. Just put our matha down, try yourself. Everything that we're worried about, that's annoyed us, that's winded us up so much, we could probably use swear words as well to kind of get those emotions through. Obviously, I'm not going to swear, but we know in those times, the words that we think, the anger that we have, just take all of that and put in the Guru's Charan. Just leave it here with the Guru. And then we say to Guru Sahib Ji ke, I don't know what to do. Tu samrat vadda, meri mat thodi rama. You're Sarv Shaktivan, you have all the Shakti, all the powers. Tu samrat vadda meri mat thori ram. I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't have no understanding. Because we all know for sure when we're angry, when we're stuck in more, we cannot think straight. And we know we can't think straight, but we can't let go of it. Our mind is all over the place. So that's why when we come to the Guru and say, Maharaj ji, aap ji kirpa karo, I don't know what to do. Hanji.
आपन खेल आप कर देखै.
The Maharaj says, aapna khed. This is all Vahiguru Ji's tamasha. This is all Maharaj Ji's khed. The aap kar dekhte. Aap Prabhu Parameshwar Vahiguru Ji dekhte hai. They themselves are watching this whole play that we are playing and we don't realize it's a play. It's like a movie, you watch it and we start crying. The person died at the end. Person's still alive in real life. Movie the which mar gaya, they die in the movie. In real life, they're still alive. This is just the body. This is just kapare that we're wearing. This body is a form of kapara. It's going to go one day. That naam, that roop, that we think we are, the body, the name we think we are, that we see others as, it's all going to go one day. The same thing is inside everybody's a Jyota Swarup. It's Vahiguru Ji, Hanji.
खेल संकोचा तो नानक एका.
The Guru Maharaj says ke ek anek hai, phir ek hai. Aap hai ek, aap hai anek. That when Vahiguru Ji decides in this whole tamasha, this whole play, sankocha hai means to bring to destruction, to end, to bring an end to it all. That one day Vahiguru Ji is going to end this play. Phir anek hai, phir ek hai. There's only going to be one. All this maya, al jal maya, janjal, all these things, moha maya, vaid varod, it's all going to go and there's only going to be ik. One Vahiguru Ji again, Hanji.
जह अभिगत भगत तह आप.
The Maharaj Ji says, Satsanga Ji, Abhigata. The one who is Gyan Swarup, Prapti Swarupa, that one Vahiguru Ji, that they reside with their Bhagats. Whenever we do Bhagati, Jira Jeev Satsanga Ji, Jira Bhagata, Bhagati karda hai, Uthe Prabhu Parameshwar Ji aap hazir hai. That one who does Bhakti, the Gurus there themselves at that time, Hanji.
जह पसरै पासार संत प्रताप.
Te Satsanga Ji, una ki sobha, una di sobha hundi hai, sari dunya de vich. The one who does Bhakti. Meaning that, like this whole sansar, this srishti that we see, the expansion, why? We say the Big Bang Theory. As much as this whole world expands, that vadiyai of that Sikh, that Bhagat expands as well. Meaning in the whole creation, their Bhakti is going. Their Bhakti is being heard. Sorry, maaf kajiye, their vadiyai is being heard. Their vadiyai is being spread around all four corners. Ona di soba, jug jugo hui, koi na mete na harya. Sare paase de vich Saad Singh Ji, ona di soba fell rahi hai, Hanji.
दहूं पाख का आप है तनी.
The dono pakha Saad Singh Ji, two things. They're saying ke Saad Singh Ji, whether that's those people who are astic or Gnostic. Astic or Gnostic means atheist or theist, believe in God, don't believe in God. Those people are papis, punnis, those who do good or bad actions. Saad Singh Ji, Hanji Dwara Paro Ji.
दहूं पाख का आप है तनी.
The Aap Hai Tani, Vahiguru Ji is the Malak, they're the master of both those people, even those ones who don't believe in God. Who are Gnostic, Vahiguru Ji is their Malak as well. Even those ones who do Paap and Pun, Vahiguru Ji, everybody's Malak, Hanji.
उनकी सोबा उन्हूं बनी.
The owner of the Soba Satsang Ji, Onhu Bani. That they know their own Soba, all the glories, all the Vadiyai belongs to them, Vahiguru Ji, Hanji.
आप है कौतक करे आनंद चोज.
They are Prabhu Parameshwar Ji, the Kautak hai, Tamasha hai. This is the whole play of Vahiguru Ji. They kare Anand Choj. Anand hai means Anand. Andayaka means hey, for there's so much bliss. George, this whole Kautak, this whole wondrous play of the Guru that we see around us is complete bliss to the Guru. But to us, we get so caught up in it and we don't realize the beauty of the play that the Guru has put in front of us, Hanji.
आप है रस भोग निर्जोग.
They Saad Singh Ji, all the different types of ras that we feel in our life, that we absorb ourselves in, aap hai ras bhogan
निर्जोग.
nirajog. That Vahiguru Ji enjoys all the different ras in this world. They partake in all of them as well. They're nirajog there, but they are nirajog, bandhana to rahat. That us, we enjoy the pleasure of the world, but we're attached to it. But the Guru is beyond any pleasure. The Guru is detached from this whole creation, Hanji.
जिस भावै तिस आपन नाय लावै.
That jis pave hai means to be pleased with. Ke jis prani hote Maharaj Ji, pave means prasann, ati prasann hunde, that they become pleased with. Jis pave, this apana naay lave. They're blessed with their own naam. Naam di daat baksh de Hanji.
जिस भावै तिस खेल खिलावै.
And again, whoever you become pleased with, this khel khlave, this juna, these different 84 lakh June that we talk about the different cycles that we go through of life and death, Sat Sangat Ji, khel khilave. Khel which khadonda hai, they put us through this whole play. When they become pleased with us, mean that now we can play this game, but we can conquer this game. That is the aim here. That we go play the game, Joto Prem Khilana Ka Chao. That if you want to play this game, but it's a game of love, then Siratarat Ali Gali Mari Ao. They walk in this path of the Guru with our head in our hand. We even mean and give our head to the Guru. Amrit Shakke, give our head to the Guru, and then walk that path of the Guru. Hanji.
Besumar Athah Aganat Atolla.
The Besamar Sasangaji Byantasu, the one who's without any ending. Athaha to that, the one who's Atyant, who has no ending, who's beyond all things. Besamar Atha Aganata Ginati Tore, the one who cannot be counted. Atole Tolan Tore, the one who cannot be weighed. The one who's beyond all these things, we cannot fathom that one. Hanji.
Jo bulav ho tyo Nanak das bola.
The Khili Pangtu Sat Sangat Ji Maharaj says, Jo bulav hai. When Vahiguru Ji inspires us, when they inspire us to speak, Jo bulav hai tyo Nanak das bole, fir asi bol de ha, then we can speak. When the Guru inspires us to read Gurbani, to follow the path of Sikhi, to say Vahiguru, then we're able to follow the path. But how are we going to gain those blessings? When we come to the Guru Sharan and we do Sad Sangat. Sad Sangat karke, by doing Sadhwa di Sangat, Sad Sangat di Sangat, te una di Seva. Then we're able to gain these blessings from the Guru. Jo bolav hai teo Nanak das bole. Maharaj Ji, Guru Arjan Dev Ji, benti karde unto Vahiguru Ji. Only when you inspire us, then we can recite your name. Until then, we just be wandering around the darkness and in this Al Jal Maya Janjal. So in your benti Parvan karne, please go the mistakes we made. Again, it all comes back to Ardas. In the session that we do upstairs, which starts in about 10 minutes, in second Darbar side, before you go in the Langar Hall, on your right, there's stairs, come upstairs. You have a session for about half an hour, an interactive session. We talk about Ardas and how do we pray to the Guru? How should we pray to the Guru? How can we pray to the Guru? So please join us for that as well. So with the last two panktiya, again, please go the mistakes we made, and then we do Samapti the Katha. So Deho Sajjan Asisariya, Jo Hove Sahib So Mel.
Jis pavai tis apan na ilave, Jis pavai tis khel khilave, Besumar Athah Aganat Atole, Jo bulav ho tyo Nanak das bole.
He Gobind, He Gopal, He Dayal Lal, Prananath Anath Sake, Deen Dard Nivar, He Samrath Agam Puran, Mohe Maya Tar, Andhakup Mahapayan, Nanak Pare Utar, Aaye Prabh Sarnagati, Kirpa Nid Dayal, एक अखर हर मन बस्त नानक होत निहाल वाहिगुरु नाम जहाज है चढ़े सो तेरे पार जो सरदा कर सेव दे गुर पार उतार नहार जो सरदा कर सेव दे गुर पार उतार नहार वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह।
If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. Please donate and help spread Guruji's message. Link is in the description below. Vahiguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vahiguru Ji ki Fateh.